Hello students and welcome to the course 21 SMEC 234B Analysis of Controlled Substances. Under this course, we are mainly going to study the different analytical methods which are used to analyze the controlled substances in forensic laboratories. The first chapter in this course is the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances NDPS Act 1985. A controlled substance is generally a drug or a chemical whose manufacture, possession, or use is regulated by a government, such as illicitly used drugs or the prescription medications that are designated by the laws. A narcotic drug is used to refer to a number of mind altering substances. The Drug Enforcement Administration defines these narcotic drugs as those that relieve the pain and dull the senses. The naturally occurring opiates as well as the synthetic and semi-synthetic opioids are considered to be a narcotic drugs, which includes both legally prescribed and illicit varieties. The narcotics not only diminish the perception of pain signaling in the central nervous system but also produce the rewarding and pleasant effects, making them target for abuse, and these are highly addictive. The different examples of narcotic drugs are opium, heroin, codeine, oxycodone, and morphine, etc. While a psychotropic drug or the psychoactive drug, or it is also called as psychopharmaceutical, is a chemical substance that changes the brain functions and results in alterations in perception, mood, consciousness, cognition, and behavior. The psychoactive substances often bring about subjective changes in consciousness and mood that the user may find rewarding and pleasant. The different examples are cocaine, Ritalin, ephedrine, cannabis, etc. The Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985, commonly referred to as the NDPS Act, it is an act of the Parliament of India that prohibits a person to produce, manufacture, or cultivate, possess, sell, purchase, transport, store, and or consume any narcotic drug or psychotropic substances. This act came into force on 14 November 1985, and it extends to the whole of India, and it applies to all the citizens inside and outside India and to all the persons on ships, aircrafts, etc. The technological developments have been misused for the production of powerful psychotropic substances and in modification of narcotic drugs, which are being misused by a considerable segment of global population. There were earlier provisions of the Act, including the Dangerous Drug Act 1930, were inadequate to prohibit illicit or illegal trade of these NDPS. Therefore, a new act was enacted to counter the procurement, manufacture, and trade of such harmful substances, keeping in view the recommendations from various international conventions. Coca, opium, and hemp. These are the excellent drugs when used for medicinal purpose, but these drugs are also misused for euphoria and addictions. These are type of drugs when used for a longer time, they causes severe effects on brain and nervous system. These effects include apathy, forgetfulness, lack of self-respect, physical and mental injuries, and therefore misuse of these drugs is very injurious with social point of view. With this view of dangerous effect of these drugs, the government of different countries have decided to restrict these uses for bona fide medical purpose only. The NDPS Act or the Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substances Act is the act to consolidate and amend the law relating to narcotic drugs. It is an act to make stringent provisions for the control and regulation of operations relating to the narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. Similarly, this act will provide for the penalty of property derived from or used in illicit traffic in narcotic drug and psychotropic substances. The Act is divided in 6 chapters and it has 83 sections. The Chapter 1 is a preliminary information about this NDPS Act, whereas Chapter 2 deals with the authorities and officers appointed by the government. The Chapter 2A is a national fund for control of drug abuse, and Chapter 3 deals with the prohibitions, controls, and regulations of NDPS. The Chapter 4, 5, 5A, and 6, these also give the different information related to the NDPS Act 1985. These are the some terms and definitions which are generally used while analysis of the controlled substances. For example, a drug is a medicine or other substance which has a psychological effect when ingested or otherwise introduced into the body. An addict will be a person who has dependence or habitual to regular use on or of any narcotic drug or psychotropic substance. Whereas the cannabis is a plant which contains leaves and flowering tops of the plants of cannabis sativa from the family Cannabinaceae. Cannabis products are the different products obtained from the cannabis sativa plant. For example, charas is the crude or the purified resin obtained from the cannabis plant and also includes the concentrated preparations and the resin known as hashish oil. While the ganja is from the flowering or the fruiting tops of this cannabis plant by whatever name they may be known or designated. And there are a number of other mixtures are also available which are obtained from this cannabis. The NDPS Act puts some prohibitions and regulations on the individuals and the citizens of India. According to this Act, no persons without the permission of the central government shall cultivate any coca plant or gather any portion of the coca plant. No person can cultivate opium, poppy, or cannabis, and no person can produce, manufacture, possess, sell, purchase, transport, warehouse, use, consume, import and export, or transship any narcotic drug or the psychotropic substance except for the medical or scientific purpose. The government will regulate the NDPS Act by framing the time for cultivation of opium, by regulating the deliveries of the opium by cultivators. It also fixes the prices to be paid to the cultivators. It issues permits for the manufacture, possession, export, etc. The government appoints officers for the inspection. It also declares the places for cultivation and warehouses for. According to NDPS Act, there will be a rigorous imprisonment for not less than 10 years, which may extend to 20 years with fine not less than 1 lakh rupees, which may extend to 2 lakh or more for certain reasons if a person violates these NDPS rules and regulations. Please follow the link in the description for detailed notes and the question bank. Thank you.